Hello, Sparkian. This is Kingsley Grant here from Happier Marriage Secrets, where we are on a mission to make marriages happier again. And today we're discussing the hard truths about second marriages that no one tells you about. In this case, that of Jeannie Mai's and her divorce from Jeezy. Before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Those seemingly small acts are huge in that they help this channel to grow. And for those who have already done so, a big thank you. This topic is the third of the 5 hard truths that I shared in a longer form video, which you will see here on the screen. And you can also find the link in the description below. In that video, I spoke of 5 hard truths about Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's divorce that could save your marriage. And so you want to check that out as well. So I wanted to create a standalone video for each of those 5 hard truths. And this is the third of the 5 hard truths. So let's get to it. Truth number 3, the challenge of second marriages. The challenges of second marriages. Second marriages can be challenging for a number of reasons. And in this case, this is Jeannie Mai's second marriage, right? Because you're bringing into that marriage a lot of baggages. I use the word baggages here, or trauma or pain, things that you get out of the marriage from because you wanted something different. But you're going to bring that into a second marriage. And that's why the studies and statistics have said 60% of second marriages end and fails. Over 60%, I think it's 68%. If I'm trying to be more accurate here, my statistic mentioning the statistics here, I think it's 68% of second marriages, if not more, end up failing. Because why? You're coming in and there's a pain from the first marriage. There is a hesitancy. You're more sensitive to certain things. You're more hyper vigilant. You have a history of what that was like, and you're now hoping that the second marriage may not be. But the moment something happens, you're going to become like, see, and you start spiraling. Now, does second marriages ever work? There's always exceptions to everything I've heard. So don't say, oh, yes, but that person's second marriage worked, so mine will always work. That's not necessarily true. The chance of it working, 68%, my friend, almost 7 out of 10 marriages, second marriages fail, right? Because you're going to have different expectations. And thirdly, so first, the couple, you come in with the baggages and from a previous marriage. Second, you have different expectations for the marriage because you've had a first marriage already. And third, you have to deal with the stigma of having been divorced, so that you're bringing it also into your second marriage. So I want to advise that if you're considering a second marriage, I wanted to just the importance of seeking help and communication and compromising and forgiveness and really make sure that you're aware of this coming in. So there's the challenges of second marriage, and that was the case, I believe, in Jeannie Mai's situation. And I'm not setting myself up as some prude or some kind of person that says my marriage is perfect. No, I've had challenges in my marriage. But here's what we have committed to, my wife and I, that divorce is not an option for us. I've heard the late Billy Graham and his wife, Ruth Graham, they've asked her about how their relationship, their marriage. And she said, no, divorce is not an option for us. But murder has been on the table. She's just jokingly saying that. She's not saying she don't get her husband. She never did. They were married forever until he died, and then she died afterwards. So for many, many years, right? So my wife and I, we've committed. Divorce is not an option for us. We're going to work it through. And we've had some struggles in our marriage, but thanks for the grace of God, we've worked that through. So you're going to have challenges, but with God's help, it's possible. But once you bring divorce into the question, into the conversation, and bring that D word into the conversation and open that door, once you open the door and throw that into the mix, that we should just get divorced. my friend, I find that many people who've entertained that conversation and brought divorce into the mix tend to end up divorced. Because why? They've invited in that possibility, and it's lurking around, it's lurking in the shadows. And Satan, I believe in Satan, I hope you do too. The devil will take that and will begin to show you why that divorce might be a better thing. And he makes it, you know what he did in the Garden of Eden with Eve? He made what God warned them against, the fruit of that tree of knowledge and of the tree of knowledge. You know, I forgot, I just skipping my mind here. But that tree that God warned him don't eat off. And the devil, once he showed her, and it made her seem that the fruit was good for consuming. And he showed her, and he made that fruit so once it was so detestable, and no, we should never go close to that. And it began to coax her. And once it entered the picture and the frame, and he drew her closer, it seems much beautiful and it seemed tasty. And she, of course, bit the fruit. We don't know what the fruit it was. Some says an apple. We don't know that. All we know, it was a fruit, right, of knowledge and good and evil. And she ate it, and we know that history. So once you bring divorce on the table into the mix, it's like what Satan now begin to make divorce seem so appealing, and he begins to work on you and work on you and work on you, and before long, it becomes a reality. That's why we say it should not be an option, and you keep it from the conversation. So what do you think about what you just heard? Let me know in the comments below. Secondly, if you would like to gauge the state of your marriage and see what you can do to make it better, then take the Happier Marriage assessment at happiermarriagesecrets.com/quiz. Lastly, if you're into podcasts, you can access topics like this one and a host of others at happiermarriagesecrets.com/podcast. All these links can be found within this description that follows this video. With that said, God bless you, and make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so that you can get notified the fourth hard truth and new videos posted on this channel. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time on the next video, and God bless.